In Greece, Peugeot boss Corrado Provera spoke his mind about his team's disqualification in Cyprus.
Will we give up? Never.
Returning to the WRC fold was Skoda after a year's development sabbatical, but it wasn't a happy return. Armin Schwartz retired with suspension failure, and teammate Tony Gardemeister fared little better, electrical problems bringing an end to his rally, both out on day one. Mitsubishi's bad luck was also continuing. On his first event for the team, Daniel Sola damaged his suspension on stage 2. Trying to make it back to service, he pulled over on stage 3 to let Roman Cresta past. The Czech Republic driver couldn't see him though. This crash took both drivers out of the rally. Starting the event just 1 point off the championship lead, and with Ford looking for their 5th straight win on this event, expectations were high for Marco Martin. However, Martin was soon caught out on the slippery gravel. A big drop-off ensuring he would leave Greece empty-handed. The Acropolis was living up to its reputation as a car breaker, and on stage 4, Carlos Sainz damaged his suspension, losing him more than 20 minutes. After a fairly unspectacular first day, finishing just inside the top 10, things were about to get worse for Mikko Hirvonen. The damage from this roll was enough to end his rally. But there were no such worries for teammate Petter Solberg. Keeping out of trouble, it was plain sailing for Petter, as 5 stage wins saw him take a comfortable lead. Day 2 saw attention shift to the battle for second place. Trying to make up time lost on day 1, Marcus Gronholm was perhaps pushing a little too hard. A big impact on the first stage of the day damaged the rear suspension, and roadside repairs weren't enough to see him through to the next stage. On the final day, Francois Duval had been looking to get into the battle for second with Sebastian Loeb and Harry Rovanperä, but this overshoot saw him settle for 4th. Up ahead, Loeb quickly set about reeling in Rovanperä, and by stage 19 he'd closed the gap to just 0.3 of a second, and another fastest time on stage 20 put him just 6.2 seconds in front of the Finn going into the final stage. And Rovanperä could do nothing about it. Second place would be Loeb's. Petter Solberg had increased his lead to nearly 1 minute, but it was discovered that he'd run the final stages of the day with no rear mud flaps. A small offence, but a relatively big 30 seconds penalty cut his lead in half. A faultless drive saw his championship back on track though. And the team could joke about what could have been a costly error.
There's been some fight, how was that? With or without mud flaps, it doesn't matter. It worked very well, and I was really happy.
So here's confirmation of the result. Solberg gets his 2nd win of the season, with Loeb in 2nd and Harry Rovanperä getting his 1st podium of the year.